day, students. It's Mr. Sargent here with your day 115 recap video for ELA and for science. Now, ELA was pretty easy today, and there's another video I want you to check out before you really get into it. And then in science today, we talked about hypotheses. Well, we talked about guessing. All right, so sit back and stay tuned. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you've probably already checked out my awesome shirt here, and it's from my favorite book, Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. Now, this being Read Across America Week, we started today by reading across America. In fact, we read across this book, and we pointed out some great parts of it. Now, if you want to hear a read along with this book, check out my video from earlier today. It's called Oh, the Places You'll Go, Read Along. Pretty simple, right? Now, after we read along and we talked about the book a little bit, there are 3 things that I want you to look for. So if you weren't in class today or you want an extra challenge, here are the 3 things I want you to go back and look for. Number 1, where are the rhyming words? Now, we've talked about rhyming words in ELA a lot over the past month or two, and I want you, ladies and gentlemen, to go back through the story and find the words that rhyme. There are a ton of them, and you got your choice to select which words rhyme and see if you can identify a pattern on the way that Dr. Seuss wrote the story. Question number 2 that I want you to find out. Where are the places that we go? The title is, Oh, the Places We'll Go, but where are these places? Now, there are a few places. Now, they're not literal places, like we're not talking about Mr. Sargent's house or school. We're talking about other places that I really want you to take a look at. Then they may just be a place in your mind or a place in your heart. But definitely, see if you can name any of the places that we go. And finally, the third thing. It's our focus of the week. It is our key word for ELA for the week, and that is repetition. There it is. Repetition is the repeating. What did Dr. Seuss repeat a lot? Now, I'm going to give you a clue. There's one page I really like, and it's right here. And if you look, the word waiting is mentioned a lot. Why did Dr. Seuss use waiting as a place that we go? Waiting's not a place. Waiting's something we do. But he used the word waiting, and he repeated it over and over and over to prove something, to show something. The question I have for you is, what did he want us to see? So, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead, rewatch the video from earlier, see if you can go ahead and answer those questions, and I cannot wait to see your answers. Now, for homework tonight, real simple. I shared with you a book that inspires me. Your assignment tonight is to find a book that inspires you and be prepared to share with it tomorrow in class. I want to hear about all the stories that you're reading, ladies and gentlemen. I got to see a lot of what you're looking on Epic, and I'll tell you what, it's going to keep me busy reading because you found some incredible books. But be prepared to share tomorrow just what some of the books you are that you're reading. And that's all we did for ELA today. We took it easy today, and we're focusing on, like I said, all the places you'll go. And in science today, we continued with our scientific method. Now, yesterday, as you remember, we talked about questions. Now, questions for the science activity are things that we can prove. Not something we have to research a lot of, not something we have to, we use our words for. We want to create an experiment that we're able to prove and show and answer our question. So, we're not going to talk about questions now, but where we are going to talk about is the next step in the scientific method. And if you look at our chart over here, you will see it's hypothesis. It's our science word of the day. What is a hypothesis? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you just said a guess, you're kind of right. It's an educated guess. It is not telling me what I'm going to do. It's not bossing me around. That's tomorrow. But it's coming up with a possible solution and a possible answer for the question. So if I have a question, can I inflate a balloon inside of a water bottle? Well, what are my possible answers? Yes, no, well, maybe. And then you're done your hypothesis. If you're doing an experiment, you kind of guess what will happen. Will you be able to do your experiment? Well, yes, I can. Well, there you go. And there's a hypothesis. Now, if you want to guess at what happens, like if I mix, I don't know, baking soda and vinegar, can I make a prediction of what's going to happen? Absolutely. And that will go in our hypothesis. So as we work through the scientific method, ladies and gentlemen, it's important that your hypothesis is connected to your question. Because right now it's going to be the answer until tomorrow, where we learn about experiments and the importance of following directions. I cannot wait until tomorrow's science class. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all we did for day 115. I want to thank everyone out there who dressed up in their favorite Wacky Tacky or Dr. Seuss gear today. You did a great job. It was so much fun discussing these books with you. And I cannot wait for all of you to share with me tomorrow some of the great books that you're reading. Now, do not forget, tomorrow is Sports Day. So dress up as your favorite sports team or your favorite athlete. And tomorrow we're going to get to celebrate another day of Read Across America. But until then, I hope you have a great, great night.